What's up, baby?
What y'all doing?
This is it.
I
I mean, when you wake up at 5, it's kind of like noon.
Did you hit the gym?
Of course, man. That's why I'm up at 5. I'm not making business until great now.
I went to Wind Down Wednesday.
What, Wind Down Wednesday? I've never seen you this hungover. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Are we already filming?
What we doing?
What's up? What's up, baby? Well, I mean, yeah. Have you guys been recording the whole time anyway?
11 is the first club, I believe, in the world. Okay, except Bitcoin. And the guy was like, yeah, it's not the same as storing dollars unlimited. I'm like, I can recreate that experience. And they blow out steam and confetti, so you get that same, like, I just threw it, don't ever say anything isn't possible.
Yeah.
You can still...
That's a better experience.
Welcome to my block. I'm John Pittman, the token advisor, but I'm also a bartender at one of the hottest spots in Miami. Here, I welcome guests from around the world to open the tab and hang around for a cocktail and some conversation.
Thank you for joining the show. Open tab. I know, man. I know it's hard out here in Miami life.
Open tab.
Open tab is the name. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
It kind of came to me in a dream.
That fits.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think maybe on later down the show we'll come up with some like cute blockchain cocktail names, things like that. But other than that,
I would keep it with open tab.
So I know you probably had a good Wednesday night, but you ready for a drink?
Let's do it.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I got something nice for you though. I know you.
You know what?
I know you've been on a Remy kick lately, so.
Oh, you got some Remy?
I brought that for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. You've been asking for it, but don't tell everybody. Don't tell Moxie I got this here. Don't let Moxie know I have this here.
Oh, we got some Remy.
But I'm gonna do my own little spin on it because it's early in the morning. I don't want you drinking cognac and Coke so early, so I'll make it a little bit more approachable. Let's have some fun with it.
What you got? What you got? I like to roll the dice.
So I actually got this inspiration from one of my boys in Houston. He took the sidecar, but he kind of changed out the sweetener. Instead of a sidecar, he called it backseat.
What's a sidecar?
Sidecar is kind of like a cognac lemon drop, but it's a little bit more tart, a little smoother. Just take a ride, man.
So I'm in the back seat now.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't mind being in the back seat. I like the back
Need
seat.
some of my mixer.
I like the back seat.
So man, talk to me, man. So you know why I had to have you as one of our first guests on the show, right?
I have no idea.
Well, so we ended up.
That's kind of shocking. You was like, first guest, okay, all right.
No, man,
What's going on now?
So I guess last week, she was actually the first client that we had with Security Token Advisors that I had a chance to sit in on. Now you were actually one of the first guests that I got a chance to get to know after we opened up post-pandemic. You were one of the first.
Yeah.
You was one of the first usual regulars to come in here, speak to everybody, learn everybody's name. So I felt like if we're gonna do a show here at Moxie's, one of the first episodes, it's only right that I get the first two clients of my first two jobs here in Miami.
You know what's crazy? This was like a year, 2 years ago?
Oh yeah. Well, it's about a year maybe now.
2 years.
2 years?
2 years. I remember when we had to sit outside.
Yep.
And then you guys brought it inside. You had the little tables at the bar.
You know, I remember the first time I met you, you was sitting at one of these tables over here, and then I walked up, and I think you was gonna get like an iced tea and a burger. It's like maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He's like, yo, let me get a bottle of booze. In my head, I'm like, sir, I think you're by yourself.
Like, nah,
I said I want a bottle of booze.
No, give me the champagne. I know exactly what I wanted. Man, time flies. It's crazy.
As a bartender, though, I've seen you go through your drinking phases, the gin phase, the old-fashioned phase. Now we're on a cognac phase.
You know what, it depends on the mood.
Yeah?
I don't know, sometimes I'm on an old fashioned, sometimes I'm on, like, for a while I got off the champagne, but now I'm kind of back a little bit. And then, sometimes I do the gin tonic, or old fashioned, or I like to just roll the dice. Like, yo, what do you feel like making? Do it.
So you're from Texas, just like I am. How did you end up getting to Miami in the first place?
How does anybody get up anywhere? Well, how does any dude end up anywhere?
So illegal activity, is that the answer you're giving?
No, it was well, you know what? She could be considered illegal activity, but no, it was a girl. You know?
Okay.
I woke up one day, I had been in LA for like 3 months. Finally got back home, I get a phone call like, hey Shaun, come to Miami, it's a vibe. Only one day. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I'll be out there. No worries. And I get out here, I've been out here for 2 years now.
And that's your story, how you moved in?
Yeah, that's literally the story. Like
not
I
everybody-
came out here for a day, spent the month, looked at an apartment, got it, and I've been out here ever since, never looked back.
Nobody ever has a really normal I moved to Miami story. Because I mean, it really isn't responsible on paper. But you know what, it's a vibe. You're just like, you know what, I'm pulling trigger.
I don't think any story in Miami is a normal story.
True.
No story.
You really gotta be here to understand it.
Yeah. I don't know, it's good times. I enjoy it. I enjoy Miami.
So I know you've had a few different projects. I remember when I first met you, you were in the Airbnb business for a little bit. I think you're doing maybe some drop shipping. I remember you telling me about maybe some cleaning supplies you were selling out of a...
So it wasn't necessarily drop shipment, and both of those businesses took like a major, I curse?
Yeah.
It's a major shit.
Yeah.
When the pandemic really hit, Airbnb people stopped traveling, which was, I kind of
But
expected.
Airbnb, didn't they kind of put a restriction on people checking into the places as well?
They didn't put a restriction on it. I mean, because Airbnb makes money too. So
Right.
the more money I make, the more money they make.
Right.
So they didn't necessarily put a restriction on travel or people checking in. They did do their due diligence in making sure that the property owners were doing the cleaning that they were supposed to do. But it was mostly the guests that really had the most impact. They canceled trips, they weren't traveling. Cities were mandating masks, which restricted travel. And that's kind of where we took the hit. And, it came to a point to where, if this property isn't making money and this property isn't making money, but they're your best performing properties and you have a property that's low performing, but the expenses cover that as well, you have to kind of shut down.
The lower performance.
It's like a cross-country effect. It's like if Washington isn't open for business, that affects Texas, that affects Tennessee, that affects Arizona, and that's what I was going through. It's like
Domino effect.
it was really a domino effect. So I saw myself in a situation where, okay, I can keep this open or I can close it, and it was almost to the point to where I was almost in bankruptcy. So, you're losing hundreds of dollars by the day, and your expenses are still there.
Yeah.
They're not gonna stop. There's people still want their money. They're
Still-
like, yo,
still
hey,
paying
you
the
still in
lease.
this property? You still doing it? Cool. I need my money.
Yeah.
And Citibank actually gave me a bailout. So they gave me 2 months worth of rent for each property that I had. And I had this financial advisor, her name is Taylor. She's great, by the way. She said, Shaun, you can keep going for 2 months, ride it out. It's probably not gonna last more than 2-3 months. You'll be good. Or you take that money, buy yourself out of each contract for each property, liquidate all the assets, and start over fresh.
Okay.
And me, I don't know why, and I'm kind of glad I did this because, we're still dealing with the pandemic now. But I said, you know what, let's just buy ourselves out the contracts, liquidate everything, and start over fresh. And that's what we did. So I came out of that situation almost going bankrupt with more money in my pocket to start over fresh in something new.
Right.
eBay was a different story. Stores were limiting the amount of quantity of products that I could buy.
Right. Because paper towel shortage, tissue, we all kind
Yeah.
of remember just the supply chain logistic problems. And
So what we
things like
did
that.
was we had an algorithm that searched the entire country online, Walmart, Kroger, Kroger platform because they go in their different stores, Tom Thumb's platform because they go in their different stores too. And we searched for the lowest price in whatever basic necessity that people need. And when we found that price, we would buy the max amount of quantity that we could get. So if you were Tom Thumb, you were selling like the 12-pack Bounty for, let's say, $12.99, but they retail for $19.
Okay.
And it depends on where you at, because sometimes 19 can be 23 or it can be 25. If you're in New York, it can be way more than that. We would buy that max quantity, it would automatically program our card information, it would automatically program the shipping information, and it would ship it to us. And we would then resell it on eBay, and we would undercut everybody on eBay by $1 or a few dollars or a few
Was
cents.
that also programming an algorithm, or you guys are having to manually
No,
go in?
we'd have to manually.
Okay.
We did that manually because we wanted to make sure we had the product in hand before we sold it.
That's fair.
So we would do that, and then people from Miami, New York, LA, because for one, most people don't have cars, so they can't transport this stuff by train. 2, they don't want to spend hours in traffic. 3 were undercutting everybody else.
Yeah.
And people would buy that. So when the pandemic hit, it's like, oh, you can only buy one of everything. And that's where we kind of saw the snag, like, okay, we can't keep doing this with just one product coming in, paying for the shipment, paying for people to pick this up. We can't keep doing this. So that's kind of where I hit the snag into that. So.
Then, what was your pivot after that?
My pivot after that was, I mean, you know, I had enough cash saved up to where I could be flexible. I mean, you gotta have a rainy, that's why they call it rainy day. You gotta have a rainy day savings account, but to be honest with you, I mean, if I didn't have that, I'd probably be like ass out right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, be ass out. That's why it's important to have assets, you know, instead of just like, I mean, now when you come with NFTs and different things, I mean, you can have like clothing and jewelry and stuff, and you can still, you know, still survive off of reselling it if you want to resell stuff. Yeah. But
you buy the right products, wear and tear, keep that minimal to zero, things of that nature. Basically.
And I think that's where a lot of the real Poshmark, like I feel like a lot of those companies made a lot of money because people didn't have their careers or what they were doing to fall back on. And they have, you know, like me, I have shoes that I haven't worn in God knows how long. And they're like $850 pair of shoes. I still haven't worn them. So, you know, when you're going through that, you're going through these transitions, you go in your closet and you're like, damn, I don't really need this. I don't wear this at all. I don't want it. Let me sell it.
So I know you've always been into fashion. I remember you actually coming to Security Token Advisors once I got onboarded there, and you had a really cool NFT project where you were trying to tie maybe NFTs in with fashion. Is that kind of where that idea stemmed from?
So it's
when you was kind of thinking about the resale market and thinking like, you know what, or how did that work?
Not really. I went on a date.
These goddamn women, Shaun.
So she showed me one that she made. She was selling it. I was like, oh, okay. How did you get to this point? I just asked her, like, how did you get there? And she literally
creatively or
no, like, how do you? At that point, I was really just naive. I didn't know anything about it. So I just asked her. I was like, yo, how do you get from having something and it being an NFT and it's on this, whatever the fuck this is that you're showing me and it's for sale? How do you get from here to here? And she broke it down to me, step by step. And after I was like, I can do that. That's easy, I have time. Well, I really don't have time, but I have times where I'm just like bored and I want to break away from what I'm doing. I ain't doing NFTs in the time. So I went home and I had already been doing like graphic work for Nike and different companies. So I was like, you know,
I mean, you have background, I think, in it was software programming or
programming. So I mean, it comes kind of natively to like make graphics and stuff. So I made one and I posted. I can't remember what the first one was. I can't remember, but I made it, posted it, put it for sale. Damn, that was easy. Let me do another one. So I did another one. And it was like I had like different collections. Oh, the first one I did was like a sound wave. But it was catchy when I did it. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do the sound wave. It's gonna be black and white. It's gonna be awesome. So I did To Infinity and Beyond. I did, so it was like classic movie quotes. Sound waves, but it was my voice. So I recorded it on voice memos.
Okay.
Put it in Logic. Screenshotted the sound wave of it. Put it in another program. Put the text under it. Export it as a JPEG, and then I uploaded it to OpenSea for sale. That's what I did. And I was like, you know what, this isn't catchy enough. You know, I like it, but I don't like it. And you know what, this is actually something cool to hang in my house. I need to get one of those in print. So then I moved on to, you know, Frenchies. I have a friend who sells Frenchies.
Okay, the dogs.
Like, send me a picture.
I met that guy. Bogota? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool dude. So yo, send me a picture of a Frenchie he's selling. And this is where I started to understand the technology behind NFTs. So he sent me a picture of the Frenchie. I was like, yo, is this Frenchie for sale? He's like, yo. So I made one. It's like, yo, how much you sell that dog for? It's like $5,000 or $6,000. It's like, yo, how do you collect the money? He said, well, normally, you know, I have to fly to them, drop off the dog, do the paperwork, and I get cash or they cash at me. It's like, how would you like to streamline that process? It's like, I'd love to. It's like, I'm gonna make an NFT. When you sell the dog, instead of them giving you cash, you have to fly back and figure out, you know, how much money you got or cash out, because you can only cash out so much.
Right.
They buy the NFT, they get a piece of digital art, and they also get the dog with the NFT, and you get the cash, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with it. And it's all instant.
Instant, yeah.
Instant. I don't know how to do the technology with the paperwork, but if I could streamline the paperwork, his whole process would just be...
I mean, that's why you contact security token advisors, so they can handle all the boring stuff. Yeah.
Yo. But that's what I really started to understand, is like, yo, this is bigger than art.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, like, yo, yeah, I bought this art piece, I bought this, this lazy ape or whatever. Yeah. What are you gonna do with that? How does that translate how does that translate to insurance? How does that translate into real estate? How does that translate into all these other different markets where you can streamline the process?
You know what they did? They took the hit, and somebody's gonna be left holding the bag, but they were able to proof of concept of NFTs. They were able to prove that it could work, we could transfer value, we can create these marketplaces, and now we can go ahead and back those up with real assets now.
It has great merit
Yeah.
until a judge or somebody else says otherwise. It hasn't been argued in a court of law. So you can't really say, oh, it's a scam, oh, there's no legal transfer of ownership if it hasn't been argued in a court of law. If it hasn't, I feel like with the blockchain and all the technology behind it, it has a leg to stand on.
Definitely.
And like if I'm a judge, and you're suing this guy because he's using, because let's face it, NFTs, you can do whatever you want with it. So it's like if you own a lazy, I'm gonna call it Lazy Ape because I don't really know the name of it.
Bored Ape, but it's cool. Don't give me any more attention. I like it. Lazy Ape. Let's go with it.
Lazy Ape, it's like if you purchase this Lazy Ape character, you own it. You can do whatever you want with it. So you can create movie series, you can create a TV series, create a shoe line, you can do a t-shirt line, you can do whatever you want with that character. That character belongs to you.
Yeah.
But when you build a brand behind that character, then it has value. Then you can say, I bought this at $200,000. It has a shoe line, it has an LLC, it has a website, it has this much traffic.
It gives you access to a community.
It gives you access to a community. I want 3.2 million. An investor will come and say, you know what, I see the value in that.
Yeah.
I see that. I'll purchase it because I can take that and scale it even bigger.
Yeah.
So when it comes to NFTs, it's like, let's even want to make the comment of, now you can track real-time investments. People used to say, it's stupid to buy Rolexes, it's stupid to buy APs, it's stupid to buy Hermes bags, like handbags. But now you see, like, you could buy a Rolex 5 years ago, you get more than double what you paid for it on the resale value.
Right.
Same thing with a Birkin bag. Birkin bags used to go for $10,000 for $200,000 bags.
Yeah.
That's a return on your investment. And NFTs allow you, with the blockchain, it allows you to be able to see that growth in value in your investment over time. Instead of just saying, well, I bought this Birkin bag at this much and they're going for this much, so I'm selling to you for this. It's like, no, check the history of this bag.
Check the rate of the price increase, and then that'll be a fair negotiable price right now. I like that.
At this, and I'm selling it to you now. And who knows, it could go even higher than that.
And at the same note, the person who sold that bag for $10,000 and sold it to that person, now that person sells it again, now that person is still making money, the original person.
You know what?
The royalties.
You can set and that's what I love about it too, because, that even goes into the music industry. A lot of people are getting fucked over on royalties. Okay, well, just like, I don't know if it was Meek Mill or somebody, it's like, yo, if you want to get my new album, it's gonna be NFTs.
Oh, you got to spend it in Ethereum, like something like that. Yeah, I saw that.
It was something like that, and I'm like, you know what? That's smart because he's gonna be guaranteed due to the technology that we have today. He's gonna be guaranteed every royalty he's owed.
And you know what I like about this move too, because his audience is probably a lot of people who aren't really crypto aware or crypto educated, but now it's gonna force them to go get a wallet, start buy and eat, and then now they're gonna be in this ecosystem, and now they're gonna start seeing all the potential around it. So this is a good way to educate the people. I mean, whether he's doing it on purpose or inadvertently, this is good for the people.
And you know what? I want, because I have a lot.
How was that drink, by the way?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
You see, I can't put it down.
I say, you taking care of business over there.
It was like, I wasn't drinking it, and then I picked it up and took the first. It was,
it's kind of like, it's kind of like a breakfast drink. I got some orange juice in there to kind of.
Oh, no, I'm in the backseat right now.
Hey.
I'm in the backseat just chilling.
Just right.
be like Sunday morning.
That's right.
But it's Thursday.
So with your particular NFT project you're doing right now, I know you got these different collections going on right now. What would you say is your prize collection?
So my prize collection are the black and white.
The black and white. That's a theme. If people follow me on Instagram, everything's black and white.
It's black and white. I understood early on, it's like, yo, I can't really make anything or connect with anybody that's doing black and white NFTs. I gotta do color. But if you notice, if I'm selling an NFT, the black and white ones cost way more than the other ones because I want those. That's mine.
You don't want to let them go. So if you want them, this is the price to get it out of my hands.
If you want it, you're gonna have to buy it. But then again, it's my early work. I'm not in NFTs for the show. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not. Like, I feel like a lot of people are making NFTs just to get rich quick, and they're really figuring out like, yo, you gotta have the community and the network behind you to buy it. Yeah. You can't just make an NFT and post it and think people are just gonna buy it.
No, you gotta create the community.
It doesn't work like that. No, you gotta buy Instagram ads, you gotta buy Facebook, you gotta market it. Yep. If you don't have that community behind you that has the money or the dollars to pay you what you want, you gotta market it. Right. And it has to be interesting. You have to market that towards people in the way that they want it. So me, I understand I'm not gonna make $300,000 off of one NFT.
Yeah.
That would be idiotic of me to think that on my first one. Stupid. My game is I already do graphic design, which is I consider art. I'm very good at what I do. And my art pieces don't take, like it's not like something I just screenshot and post on OpenSea. It takes. That's why when I do the liquor bottles, I don't put the actual name on it.
I noticed that.
Like the Don Julio, I don't put Don Julio.
But you know what? I almost wonder, even in that set, like, do these liquor companies, do they have maybe like a trademark on the design of the bottle? Because if you look at liquor bottles, none of the bottles look the same.
To be honest with you, it's like, yo, if you want to sue me, that just gives me merit that I have great work. You've been sued before? Have you made NFTs and been sued by big companies? Call me. But no, to be honest with you though, you know, if you're being sued, that means you have excellent work. Like if you're being sued, that means your quality of work. First of all, bad publicity isn't really bad. You know, you got publicity, like it's you out there. But if you're being sued for something, that means your work is good enough to where they feel threatened. They're like, yo, nah, we gotta put a stop to this shit.
This is come from the guy with the legal background right here.
Yo.
Get sued.
If they put an injunction on you, okay, you done. You can't make any more money. You know, you gotta find some outside source. I mean, that's the reason you have multiple businesses, but it's like if they put an injunction, you know, you have to cease all operations. It's like a cease and desist. Stop. People take it as a joke, but it's serious. You know, people are making millions of dollars off of this. So it'll be very interesting to see how a judge rules on that.
And honestly, to rewind back to your point earlier where you were saying like these NFTs, obviously the proof of concept with these digital art, obviously that's what you're doing right now. But I also remember a while back you telling me that you were gonna start providing some of your NFT buyers with maybe a real actual painting.
Yeah. So
what's the deal behind that?
So I partnered with a company just to see how their quality of work would be. So I sent them 3 NFT that I did that I still own. They haven't sold, so and I didn't use anyone else's that they bought.
Okay, I like that.
But
you don't want to get sued now, huh?
yeah, I want that. But so 3 NFTs that I own, I had them printed.
Yeah.
And they're put on canvases. I really just wanted to test the concept of the real world and like the metal world. I mean, but they came out great. They're beautiful. They weren't as big as I wanted them to be, you know, because when you hear sizes in your head, you think stuff, but then when you get it, you're like,
my spatial measurement is not good. I'm not good at that.
As far as this ain't what I ordered, but you know, I took it anyway because, you know,
I mean, but it was a good test run, though. This was a test run.
But the quality was great.
Okay.
It was perfect. Mission accomplished. It was awesome.
Right.
So, in actuality, I don't make any money off NFTs. I don't.
You charging just the mint price, basically?
I just like doing it.
Yeah.
So, when a person buys a flagship NFT, it's going to be more expensive than a basic one that, you know, some of my NFTs, they go for like $20. I have an NFT that's going for $50,000. depends on what you want. A flagship NFT to me is an NFT that goes for over 300. Over 300, that covers the cost of the printing, the shipping, it covers all of that.
Okay.
So anything that costs over that amount, I consider a flagship NFT. And it says when you purchase, well now it says it when you purchase it, it says, please text this number with shipping address. So after you purchase it, it'll come with that message. And with that shipping address, I go ahead and I get it printed. I get it shipped to me, I inspect it, I put a barcode on the back that goes directly to that
That wallet?
not the wallet, but it's like a page. It's like sending someone to your Instagram page.
Oh, okay.
But it's not to my page, it's to that direct NFT page.
Okay.
To show the ownership, who owns it
Okay.
at that point in time. So if they sell it, whoever scans that barcode or does a QR code, they can see they own that art, or whoever owns that piece
How
of art.
are they gonna go about transferring that data to the new owner on that page?
Oh, whenever they buy it, I get that message.
Okay,
So
that's
and
interesting.
I can send that message to the owner like, yo, hey, yeah, you sold the NFT. I got the notification of it. I got my 3%. Thank you, by the way.
You're doing good work.
You need to send the art piece that's hanging wherever the hell you have it hanging. You need to send it to them
Yeah.
because they own that now. That's
Yeah.
theirs. And that also comes into the process of, can somebody sue if they don't get that? Or
I would imagine
do they
that-
have to
I would-
legally transfer it?
I think they would probably have a higher success rate in selling it if they kind of led with like, I got this big art piece. Oh, also there's a digital replication on the internet as well.
You know what? And then it's like if you sell the real piece, like they get the NFT with it.
I mean, at the same time, with your NFT, I'm pretty sure you have all the information on the website. So the person who gets the NFT, like, yo, we're missing something here.
Yeah.
So
It's like, yo, why am I texting this number for? Do I get something in real life? But that's the concept behind it. It's like putting a value to something that's real.
So with that said, as we wrap it up, anybody who's probably interested in getting into this space, what would be your suggestion for them, and how would you tell them to go about the NFT space?
To be
and,
honest-
and kind of going about the same route you are,
I necessarily wouldn't just jump into it.
Yeah.
I do my research.
right?
I mean, you can. There's a lot
I
of.
mean, you
people-
kind of just went on a date to Casa Two and just jump right in.
Yeah, but I made it. I ain't buying anything.
I feel you.
I made
I mean, that's what I
it.
mean. More so like trying to make them and trying
I mean,
to create a marketplace.
No, if you want to make them and sell them, hey, the more power to you. Like I encourage that because you're not the only thing. I pay a upfront. They call them gas.
Gas fees.
Yeah, that's the only thing I lost up front.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. So if you got like $300, $200 to spare, which most people they do. I mean, stop going to fucking Starbucks for a month. You get $200. If you have that to spare, I say whatever art you're doing, doesn't matter if it's graphic, doesn't matter if it's video. I mean, shit, you can sell a goddamn website URL as an NFT. I say go for it.
I mean, and then if the gas fees are a problem, you can try out different blockchains, which really bring down the cost of minting
Or just
NFTs
wait.
up. Yeah.
Just wait till it goes down.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. It really just depends on you, depends on what you want to do.
Well, I got an idea for you. Imagine your favorite restaurant, say you like coming to Moxie's, and they decided to drop an NFT to where the token holders would be entitled to benefits, such as discounts on food, maybe discounts on drinks, and that would happen maybe for a year or so.
My only problem is like, would you create 7,000 salmon plates of NFTs?
No. It'd probably be a limited edition, maybe like 100 NFTs.
I would do that on like your bottles.
What do you mean by that?
Clubs could do that. The reason I say clubs, like 11, they could do like a limited edition, or they could do NFTs. It's like, yo, you want a section, you want a table?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, get NFT. And when it's sold out, it's sold out.
yeah. NFT. Or if you hold this NFT, you always have access to this section. And like, so when people walk in and see this section empty, like, I want that, I'm like, yo, that's only for NFT holders. Where can I get one? I mean, honestly, we're
You gotta
sold
buy
out.
one from another
Yeah,
owner.
straight up.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? Because 11 is the first club, I believe, in the world to accept Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, yeah, it's not the same as storing dollars on women. I'm like, I can recreate that experience. I can recreate that. And I told him, I was like, yo, imagine you have your phone, you're in your section, you got your phone. Like, yo, I want to throw $100 on this girl. Boom, hit the button. It comes out of your Bitcoin wallet or whatever wallet you have and whatever cryptocurrency comes out of your wallet. So it's there. It's done. But instead of you throwing the money to get that same adrenaline rush, they program it. So they have an app that's programmed to blockchain and all that. But that app is also programmed into their actual space. And they blow down steam and confetti, so you get that same rush, like, I just threw this, You know, don't ever say anything isn't possible. Yeah. You can still get the same
That's a better experience.
It is, because it's just like when they bring the bottles to your section, they got the confetti, and they're like, they got the little sign, you know,
I remember I was watching one of my friends DJ at a club, and obviously he's DJing, he's pressing the smoke button, the crowd is going crazy. I'm like, man, I just want to press the smoke button. Can I press the smoke button? And I could press the smoke button with 100 Bitcoin or $100 with Bitcoin.
And you know what? You get that instant, it's all about that instant gratification. You get that instant gratification of hitting that button. And before you know it, that person spent like 10 grand. And it's not like throwing money. It's not like going to an ATM and you feel the pressure of when you go to an ATM and you get money out, or you feel the pressure when you give someone your card. You don't feel that pressure when you hit that button.
And you know what? You feel that pressure too when your stack of ones are getting smaller and smaller. But when you just pushing that button,
when you just pushing that button, you just feeling that, you're just feeling good, and the alcohol is kicking in. You're like, boom, boom, boom. Before you know, you're 10 grand in.
Yeah, I like this idea. Well, I think Miami is definitely gonna be the spot where NFTs we start seeing them in our everyday life. We're all gonna start having NFT. We're gonna start holding them for the different businesses that we frequent. And they're gonna have special benefits.
To be honest with
you. And
that's the way to go.
But I said all to say this, when Moxie's drops an NFT, you better buy it.
Serious? Oh no, you already know. I'm
You're in that
first one in.
All right, well, my man, appreciate you pulling up. Open tab.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, you know, it's only right. It's only right.
Hey, this ring was good as fuck.
I can't make that again. That's where you're going. Moxie's, they might fire me for bringing Hennessy in this building. All right, serious.